Hey Browns fans, how are you all doing? Today we're diving into one of the most controversial chapters in the franchise's recent history. In 2022, the Browns made a decision that seemed bold at the time, but is now considered one of the biggest strategic mistakes in NFL history. Deshaun Watson arrived in Cleveland with the promise of being the quarterback who would finally take the team to the top. But was this gamble worth it? We'll analyze everything, the impact of the trade, the consequences on and off the field, and what the future holds for the team now that management has finally acknowledged the mistake. So, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's discuss this story together. Do you think the Browns can still turn things around, or is the damage already done? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get started. In March 2022, the Cleveland Browns made one of the boldest and most controversial decisions in recent NFL history. Desperate to find an elite quarterback who could take them to the next level, the franchise made a high-risk trade with the Houston Texans to acquire Deshaun Watson. In exchange, they gave up 3 first-round picks and offered Watson a fully guaranteed 5-year contract worth $230 million. At the time, this decision sparked intense debates among analysts and fans, but it has since become one of the biggest strategic blunders in the team's history. With issues both on and off the field, Watson failed to meet expectations, leaving the Browns in a difficult position as they now scramble to undo the damage caused by this risky move. Finding an elite quarterback has always been a priority for the Browns, who have struggled with instability at the position for years. Since returning to the league in 1999, the franchise has cycled through a long list of starting quarterbacks with little success, increasing the pressure to find a true leader. When the opportunity to sign Watson arose, the Browns didn't hesitate, despite knowing the risks involved. He had delivered strong performances with the Texans and was regarded as one of the most promising talents in the league. However, there was a major problem. Watson was facing multiple civil lawsuits filed by women accusing him of harassment and sexual assault. Still, the Browns pushed forward, convinced they were making the right choice for the franchise's future. The trade came at an enormous cost. The Browns surrendered 3 first-round picks, along with additional future draft selections to secure Watson. More significantly, they handed him a record-breaking $230 million fully guaranteed contract, an unprecedented move in the NFL. At the time, many analysts criticized the decision, warning of the financial and sporting risks involved. The controversy surrounding Watson quickly impacted his tenure with the Browns. Before he even played a single game for the team, he was suspended by the NFL for 11 games due to the allegations of misconduct. This suspension dealt a major blow to the team, which had hoped to rely on their new quarterback from the start of the season. Watson's absence forced the Browns to improvise at the position, rotating between other quarterbacks who failed to keep the team competitive. The lack of continuity and uncertainty about Watson's return disrupted the team's plans for the 2022 season, even after serving his suspension and returning to the field. Watson failed to display the same level of play he had in Houston. The long layoff appeared to have taken a toll on both his physical and mental form, and his adaptation to the Browns' offensive system proved more difficult than expected. When he finally got the chance to play regularly for the Browns, Watson failed to justify the massive investment made by the team. During his first seasons in Cleveland, he played only 19 games, recording a 9-10 record. His stats were well below expectations, with just 19 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Beyond his mediocre performance, Watson struggled with persistent injuries. In 2023, he suffered a serious shoulder injury that ended his season early. At the start of 2024, he underwent surgery for an Achilles tendon injury, raising further doubts about his ability to return to peak form. The lack of consistency and ongoing injury concerns have led many to question whether Watson can still be the elite quarterback the Browns envisioned when they signed him. His massive salary and fully guaranteed contract only worsened the situation, becoming a significant burden for the team. Faced with all these challenges, Browns co-owner Jimmy Haslam publicly admitted that signing Watson was a mistake. In a recent interview, Haslam acknowledged that the trade did not bring the positive impact he had hoped for. "We thought we had found the quarterback to take our team to the next level, but we were wrong," Haslam stated. "We gave up valuable draft picks to sign him, and now we have to find a way to move forward." Haslam emphasized that the decision was made collectively within the organization, but that he and his wife Dee take full responsibility for the mistake. This statement was seen as a rare moment of self-criticism from the franchise's leadership, which typically avoids admitting missteps publicly. With the second overall pick in the 2025 draft, the Browns now face a crucial decision regarding the team's future. Watson's presence on the roster and his massive contract complicate matters, but the need to find a long-term quarterback solution is undeniable. If the Browns choose to draft a quarterback, it would signal that the team is preparing to move in a new direction. However, with Watson still under contract for 2 more years, finding a way to move on from him without further damaging the salary cap will be a major challenge. Haslam made it clear that the team isn't rushing into any decisions. "It would be great if we found our ideal quarterback, but we're not going to force a pick," he said. "Our focus is on acquiring talented players and building a competitive team." This suggests that the Browns may explore other options, such as trading for a veteran quarterback or sticking with Watson a little longer while developing a young quarterback on the roster. The Browns' acquisition of Deshaun Watson has become one of the biggest examples of how a poorly calculated decision can impact a franchise for years. The high cost in draft picks, the massive contract, and the off-field issues have made this gamble a clear failure. Now, the Browns must find a way to move forward, whether by reshaping their roster or seeking a new quarterback to lead the team. The upcoming 2025 draft pick could be the key to this rebuild, but there are still many unanswered questions. Watson's case serves as a warning to other NFL teams. Investing heavily in a player without considering all the variables can have devastating consequences. For the Browns, the challenge now is to minimize the damage and rebuild the franchise's future in a more calculated and prudent manner. And you, Browns fans, what do you think about this situation? How do you evaluate the franchise's decision? And what are your hopes for the team's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with other NFL fans. Your support means a lot. See you next time.